What's up, y'all? Thank you for tuning into my channel today. If you've been here before, welcome back. And if you are new here, go ahead and click that subscribe button and turn on your notification bell so that you can be sure to be notified about premium content like this video on a regular basis.
Damn.
Now today I'm going to be talking about what exactly a femme fatale is. What am I aspiring to be? A femme fatale is a caricature of a woman who is beautiful, she's smart, dangerous, seductive. Oftentimes, she might have a dark past or maybe a hint of mystery in her personality or her background. She may be dealing with trauma that may be driving her to do the things that she's doing, working for the people she's working for, or maybe working for herself. Think Lara Croft, Michonns, Black Widow, Cataleya. The femme fatale's motivations could be about revenge, it could be about power, or maybe just fun. Now, the archetype of the femme fatale goes back even centuries to Greek mythology, for example. The one that comes to mind is Circe. So she was the goddess of magic, who was often written as an enchantress. And this is a goddess who lived on a remote island, would lure men to her island, turn them into animals, and keep them in her clutches forever. Now, in modern film and television, we have come to see these women as, yes, women who are seductive and sexy, but also just women who are general badasses who can hold their own in a fight and often outmatch their opponents. Now, for my favorite part, we're going to talk about who some of my favorite femme fatales are. And these are movies, TV shows that I've grown up watching or watched as I got older. And I'm even going to include some that I think I still need to watch. I'm going to move over so that I can insert pictures here like a pro. And I have my list here. So starting from number 10, we have Halle Berry's Catwoman. Now this was one of my favorite movies growing up because I loved hero villain type movies. I loved Halle Berry's portrayal of Catwoman, especially since it was like a very dark, the theme was very dark. And I like dark movies. Number 9. Aeon Flux. This is really a huge shout out to Charlize Theron in general, the actress Charlize Theron, because she has played in so many things that require such physical endurance and fighting skill. And she does her own stunts. Like I saw her in a training video once and I was just blown away because she was just handling herself so well. But if you've never seen Aeon Flux, it was kind of like this dystopian future type movie. So if you like that kind of stuff, go and watch Aeon Flux. Number 8, The Bride, the Black Mamba. We have Beatrix from Kill Bill Volume 1 and 2. Everybody knows the iconic yellow jumpsuit. She was just so unmatched. She took care of all of the members of the Deadly Viper assassination squad and 99 of Oren Ishii's best, including her bodyguard, who was supposedly so well skilled. Number 7, Mystique from the X-Men series. Now, not only is Mystique, or Raven if you want to use her first name, a good fighter, but she also has a kick-ass power that I always imagined myself having when I was younger. Yeah, I was one of those nerds who would quiz everybody on what power they would have if they were in this world. Like Avatar: The Last Airbender is one of my favorite shows of all time, and I always like to think about which bender I would like to be. Water. Blood bending. Number 6, Michonne from The Walking Dead. Of course. I mean, a black woman wielding a katana, taking around the zombie slaves. Haha. Other than Michonne just being a really important character in the show and an obvious badass, she was the first black woman who I ever saw in a type of role like that. And that was really important for me as a young black woman to see that type of representation in a show. Okay, now we are getting into the top 5. So number 5, we have Sam Carlson from the movie Close, which is a Netflix original and an awesome movie that you guys should go watch. Once again, I must give a shout out to the actress who portrayed this character, Noomi Rapace. I believe she's a Swedish actress and she has an awesome accent and she does her own stunts. She's been in a lot of cool movies. If you ever seen The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo, and there's also another Netflix original movie that you must watch called What Happened to Monday. That is one of my favorites. Number 4, Nikita. It was more recently that I discovered this show. Of course, anything about government conspiracies, government assassins or whatever, I love. So I loved and really delved into the show. I've watched it twice fully through within the past 2 years. So really good show. Maggie Q, again, good actress. She's been in a lot of cool movies and stuff like that. I think she was in a Live Free, Die Hard with Bruce Willis, and she was martial arts master. Number 3. Now we're gonna get down to one of my favorite shows of all time. If you've never seen this, shame on you. If you have, Legend of the Seeker is one of my favorite shows of all time. In my opinion, it had a good script, had a good storyline, and good character development. One of the best qualities that a show can have. Cara Mason. Cara is a Mord Sith. She was raised as a young girl with a bunch of other girls against her will to be trained as a killer to serve Darkenral, who is the lord of the land, and he's also an evil tyrant. Cara wields these things called agiles, and they're filled with the pain of 1,000 dead souls that when you touch somebody, it incapacitates them, can kill them, whatever, knock them out. And she also has the ability to repel magic. Cara's cool. She was introduced as the antagonist, but she had one of those nice transformations that I really like in TV shows that make me like a character more, where she starts off evil and then they put her on the protagonist team, so she becomes good. Sorry, there are no spoilers anymore. I mean, this show came out in like 2008 or something like that. Number 2, Kahlan Amnell. Kahlan is also from Legend of the Seeker, and I love Kahlan so much because she's pretty smart and she can fight with daggers. Also, she has one of probably, if I had the choice of any superpower out of any world of any story, she has the power that I would probably want to have. She's a confessor, so obviously also she's the most powerful confessor. So Kahlan has the power to confess people. So once she confesses someone, they can no longer lie to her and they do whatever she says. Obviously that would be a good power to have. Number 1, you guys probably saw this coming, Lara Croft. Once again, I must give a huge shout out to the actress Angelina Jolie. My celebrity crush since I was like 5 years old. She has played in Wanted, Mr. and Mrs. Smith, Salt. Have you ever seen Taking Lives? A bunch of other stuff that I can name. Not only those types of roles where she's wielding guns and kicking ass, but also stuff like Foxfire and Girl Interrupted. Those are also very strong roles that she played, where she had a lot of influence over the characters who were also in the movie. Now we're going to move on to honorable mentions. The first honorable mention is Hit Girl from Kick-Ass. 12-year-old girl could take on a room full of men. What's not to love? Number 2, Carol from The Walking Dead. I loved Carol's transformation from the timid woman who unfortunately was under the influence of her abusive husband to the lady who can take on a whole compound and save her friends with no given. Black Widow. Black Widow did not make my top 10 list, partially because I am not the hugest fan of Marvel. I like Marvel movies, but Marvel movies are Marvel movies. I didn't see the Black Widow. I guess nobody saw Black Widow because it came out in quarantine. But it has nothing to do with her as a character in general. It just has to do with my kind of more apathy towards those type of movies, like Marvel movies. And number 4, Cataleya from Colombiana. It's been a while since I've seen this movie, but Zoe Saldana does a good job of playing the role, and that's another revenge story for you guys. Zoe Saldana is an awesome actress. She does a lot of cool roles like that. I would put her role in Avatar under the same category, as well as Guardians of the Galaxy, which is also another Marvel thing. I wasn't in the Guardians of the Galaxy at all, but her character was cool. Now, of course, this list is not exhaustive. I cannot have seen everything. And a lot of the times, even throughout my life, I've been limited to Netflix and other streaming services that are now available because, you know, movies cost like $19.99 per disc. Anyways, so actually, I was given some to add to my list the other day by somebody, and I am sad to say that I haven't seen these, but I think part of the reason is probably because they were like 10 or 15 years before I was born, and so I just never saw them. I never heard of them before this person gave me this list. So some that I still want to see are Foxy Brown. I like Pam Grier. The first thing I saw Pam Grier in was the show The L Word. When I was in my Quentin Tarantino phase, I saw Jackie Brown and stuff like that. Coffee, Cleopatra Jones. These are some 3 of the older type Femme Fatale movies that I want to see. And I feel like I'm gonna get dragged for this, but I haven't seen the Resident Evil series. I haven't watched fully through Underworld, even though I know I should have already. But anyways, Mila Jovovich, I think that's her name, does a good job in Resident Evil, I know. And I watched The Fifth Element, which I saw her in, which was really good. So Alien, Sigourney Weaver's character in that movie, I've been told, was awesome. And then there's The Matrix. Yeah, I couldn't get through The Matrix, at least the first time I watched it, so I probably need to try again. But I know Jada Pinkett Smith's character in that movie is pretty badass. And the last one is Mad Max Fury Road. And I know Charlize Theron is in that movie, which I'm sure it's good. Like I said, it's limited to what's on streaming services in the moment, whenever. I know Underworld is on Netflix, so I'm gonna watch those like within the next week or so. So don't drag me. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching my video. I really appreciate you guys coming with me on this journey, and I look forward to uploading more content. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and go ahead and share it with other aspiring femme fatales. Sharing is caring. And go ahead and follow me on Instagram at journeytofierce.v. In the next video, I will be telling you how I got into shooting. So stay tuned for that, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.